I'm gonna go in there and do what I gotta do. I'm gonna wash up in his blood.
Looks like he's starting to clear his head a little bit. There's that punch again. This fight's over.
You said you're gonna wash up in his blood.
Wash up in his blood. You heard what I said?
Yeah. Sends Cooper down.
I'm gonna wash up in Gennady Golovkin's blood.
Coming at Curtis.
Then dig the hole where the hole's already dug. Then bury him.
And here comes the it's over.
Come Saturday, I'm gonna fuck Gennady up. Have a good day.
Serious situation, yeah? Relax, please. I have just one question for Stevens. Hey man, are you serious right now? Yeah.
Fuck him up, Triple G.
New York City, November 2nd, 2013. Madison Square Garden was buzzing with anticipation. That night, 31-year-old middleweight king Gennady Golovkin stepped into the ring against a genuine street-hardened gangster of the sport, Curtis Stevens.
Curtis Stevens.
Raised on the unforgiving streets of Brooklyn, Stevens learned early that respect wasn't given, it was taken. He'd had more than a few run-ins with the law, but boxing became his way out, his salvation. And it didn't take long for the fight world to discover that Stevens possessed something no gym could ever teach: raw, almost terrifying punching power.
Looks like he's starting to clear his head a little bit. There's that punch again. This fight's over.
He's out. It's over. Stevens is...
It was no coincidence that he'd later earned the nickname the Cerebral Assassin.
You're coming at Curtis.
Sparring partners would swear that getting hit by Curtis felt less like a punch and more like getting clipped by a truck. Heading into the Golovkin fight, the Brooklyn bad boy carried a record of 25 wins and just 3 losses, with 18 of those victories coming by knockout.
Make that.
And here comes the
More importantly, he was one of the rare middleweights who genuinely believed he could do more than just give Triple G a tough night. He believed he could knock him out cold.
Scared of him though, huh? Ain't nobody scared of him. You know, obviously I've been calling him out, you know. And I'm gonna go in there and do what I do and show everybody that he's not like that. He's not like that. He's overrated. I'm gonna go in there and demolish his ass.
But Stevens wasn't done there. Oh no. He took the trash talk to a whole new level. In the weeks before the fight, Curtis pulled off what can only be described as the most unhinged pre-fight stunt we've ever seen. He posted a photo on social media of a mock funeral, coffin and all, with himself grinning right next to it. The caption, R.I.P. Triple G. He was a good boy. Fans were stunned. Golovkin, who grew up on the equally rough streets of Karaganda, Kazakhstan, looked at the whole spectacle and seemed genuinely unbothered, as if he simply didn't see what was supposed to be funny about it.
Looking at it, though, you were mad.
Yeah.
Talk to me about that. I don't want to see you mad.
No. First time I'm very mad because I see picture. I saw photo. I read Twitter. Oh, too much for me. He has big mouth. You know, just it's not my style.
Stevens kept the heat on at press conferences and in interviews, firing off insults and jabs left and right, seemingly trying to get inside the champion's head before the opening bell ever rang.
I'm gonna wash up in Gennady Golovkin's blood, then dig the hole where the hole's already dug, then bury him. So Golovkin stop hiding, running behind it like a little bitch.
Come Saturday, I'm gonna fuck Gennady up. Have a good day.
Golovkin, for his part, responded with ice-cold composure, brief, measured answers, and not a word wasted.
Good afternoon, everybody. Serious situation, yeah? Relax, please. I have just one question for Stevens. Hey man, are you serious right now? Yeah. It's cool. Okay, November 2nd, big day. November 2nd, please watch TV.
But everyone watching knew the same thing. Triple G wasn't going to let any of this slide. And so, on a sweltering November night in 2013, the two rivals finally stepped into the Madison Square Garden arena, ready to settle once and for all.
Better believe it.
Round one begins.
From the opening bell, both fighters planted themselves in the center of the ring, neither willing to give an inch. Still, there was no rush to force the action. Golovkin and Stevens took their time reading each other, testing the distance and finding their rhythm.
Golovkin lands a left hook of his own.
Stevens hits you on the chin with a left hook. It doesn't matter who you are. You got to go.
Well, Triple G is doing a good job starting out early with his jab, trying to keep Stevens away from him so he can't land that left hook.
Golovkin has a stiff, penetrating jab. Think George Foreman. Think Lennox Lewis. Stevens is at 5 feet 7 inches and with a 2-inch reach disadvantage from the armpit to the end of the fifth. Not likely to want a little left hook upstairs for Curtis, and now a right cross.
Stevens also is a pretty quick fighter, and he himself had a pretty good amateur background.
Very quick fighter.
Golovkin lands a right cross, first one he throws. Stevens takes it very well. Golovkin with a little straight right lead. Has a look of tremendous determination on his face here.
Has the look of a guy that knows what's in front of him.
He's bringing that right hand pretty far back against the guy with a good left hook, Roy.
Left hook for Golovkin. Curtis Stevens has been relatively conservative through much of the first round here, keeping his gloves up and focusing on defense. Now he tries a big shot and lands a right cross. And Golovkin backs away. Not the common thing to see Golovkin backing away from a guy, but he respects Stevens' power.
And
good left hook.
Stevens' speed has him taken aback a little bit too.
Kind of smart for Golovkin to back up, just not to give Stevenson too much room though, because he's the taller fighter, so no need to stay there. Make the taller fighter have to reach for you a little bit.
For Golovkin. Stevens again takes it well. His chin has shown up pretty good in the first round.
And I think he landed a hook of his own then too, Jim.
Final 10 seconds of round one. Golovkin wants to punctuate the round with something. Gets in a right cross.
Things picked up in the second round. Curtis managed to land some heavy shots that clearly got the champion's attention, but Golovkin fired right back every time, and it quickly became apparent that trading punches with the Kazakh was not a smart game plan.
There's an air of tension in the arena here as everybody waits for the fireworks, expecting something big to land.
And the threat of that has already dulled Golovkin's normal early rounds attack.
And Stevens landed a left hook that knocked Golovkin's head back.
There's a fighter named Darnell Boone. Almost beat Kovalev, lost a very close split decision. Knocked out Adonis Stevenson. Knocked down Andre Ward, the only pro to do it. Curtis Stevens beat him pretty easily. Stevens can fight. And because of the power, is probably the greatest threat to Golovkin in the division at the moment. He's got to figure out a way to get those shots home.
Well, other than the threat that a healthy Sergio Martinez might outbox him.
Several years ago was the last time we saw a healthy Sergio Martinez.
That's true. That is entirely true. Not likely he'll ever reach full 100% health again.
Be great to see it, though. Not a lot has happened so far, but there is this sense of dramatic tension because of the power.
It's a chess match to see who can land the power first, who can feint who out of position and land that good clean shot.
Meanwhile, amid the chess match, Golovkin is scoring with his jab.
And they asked for the same punch out of Stevens' corner, but he's not throwing it as much.
Big left hook for Golovkin. Stevens gets in a body shot. That's what his corner wanted. Right hand for Golovkin. Stevens with another little counter left hook.
Late in the round, Gennady uncorked a thunderous left hook. Knockdown.
Good right hand by Golovkin.
Good left hook by Golovkin. Down goes Stevens. There it is. Cossack Thunder in round number 2. And Stevens doesn't look...
Stevens beat the count, but the look on his face afterward became so iconic that boxing fans still reference it to this day. Sensing blood, Golovkin immediately swarmed his shaken opponent. A stoppage seemed just moments away, but the bell came to Curtis's rescue.
Stairs, misses with the left hook, lands a right hand, wobbled Stevens with it. One more right hand.
The next rounds delivered exactly what the crowd paid to see. Stevens refused to quit, continuing to fire back with every ounce of energy he had.
And this is why Golovkin's the heavy favorite here, because he has the means to land the heavy thunder. It's much more probable that he does because he's a superior technical fighter in addition to having the punching power.
Well, he had been trying to show Stevens all night that his hook was just as good or better than Stevens is.
Stevens not letting his hands go now as Golovkin jabs him into position in the corner, throws a right cross, gets in a left hook to the body. Now Stevens fires back a counter right hand. Uppercut by Golovkin. First one he's thrown.
Golovkin is being careful as he pursues his advantages because of the punching power coming back at him.
And that jab is really what's setting up everything for Golovkin. Stevens' corner asked for the jab, but he's not throwing it as much.
Seems to be uninterested in trying to trade jabs with Golovkin, probably worried about leaving himself open to the right hand. Golovkin has made an impression with both power shots, the left hook and the right hand.
And now I would be surprised to see a thunderous body shot by Golovkin soon here.
Two big right crosses by Golovkin. Stevens takes them pretty well.
Partially blocked both of them.
Left in the third round as Stevens backs into the ropes. And Golovkin looks for the opportunity to land something big.
But again, hesitant to go to the body with real force because of the power of Stevens.
And the possibility of a counter shot.
Doesn't
Right
want to trade.
hand over the top by Golovkin.
Doesn't want to trade a body shot for a head shot. There it was.
Body shot, there it was. Left hook to the liver. Right hand upstairs. Stevens throws it. Another body shot by Golovkin. Three punches. Stevens gets out of that 29 of them. Stevens was 6 of 22. In other words, Golovkin landed more than Stevens threw. Harold Letterman, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Chip. I got a 3 rounds to nothing. 30-26, Gennady Golovkin. You know, Chip, this guy hardly misses a punch as I see it. I mean, I'm sitting there watching him, and he's throwing out that left jab, and it just keeps landing and landing and landing. And when he throws the hook, it lands. And when he throws the right hand, it lands. I mean, if you watch this, incredibly accurate guy. He just keeps coming forward like the machine, and he's beating up Curtis Stevens. End the story. 3-0, Gennady Golovkin.
Making Stevens keep his hands at home with his offense. That's why Stevens is not throwing so many punches. He has to be so much on the defensive that he can't punch.
Stevens at least is starting to move
The
forward.
jab out would allow him to see what punches to throw.
Body shot by Stevens, and another one. Drives Golovkin into the ropes. Best offense we've seen from Curtis Stevens since the first round.
Yeah, he at least has some success in at least that third round just to clear his head after the second round knockdown.
Of course, of course.
Watch your heads.
Now let's listen to Andre Rozier in Stevens' corner for a few seconds and hear what he's telling his fighter as the round progresses. Oh, big body shot by Golovkin.
Think he's playing possum here, Roy, or was he hurt by the body shot?
He's hurt by the body shot.
Another body shot for Golovkin, this with the right hand. He's got Stevens pinned against the ropes. And now Stevens erupts with 2 good clean shots. And knocks Golovkin back and lands a left hook and brings some excitement to the biggest rally of the fight now for Curtis Stevens.
Those are clean shots he's landed.
Had he fought that last right hand with the left hook,
Lands a right hand. Golovkin lands an up uppercut and the left hook. Taking advantage of Stevens' offense to
But as the fight progressed, the gap in class became harder and harder to ignore. Curtis occasionally connected with shots of his own, but they had no meaningful impact. Meanwhile, every clean punch from Gennady seemed to drain something out of the American. Round by round, the champion steadily took total control of the fight.
Golovkin knocking him back with the jab, lands a right hand over the top. Stevens much more aggressive than he was in the first 3 rounds. Now countering Golovkin's big stuff with big stuff of his own. Lands a left hook there.
Like Max said, maybe his head is starting to clear now from that first round knockdown.
And he's showing his hand speed.
Second round knockdown.
The second round.
Stevens is starting to land those sweat-flying punches, and you still don't get the sense that he's really connected with his money punches yet.
Golovkin back to doubling and tripling with the jab, something he didn't do much of in rounds 3 and 4, something which helped to set up the knockdown in round 2.
You don't like to see the shorter fighter back up.
Left hook by Stevens. Momentarily wobbled Golovkin.
Good right hand.
That didn't look like the left hook got all of Golovkin, or Golovkin might not be standing right now.
Good body shot by Stevens. He's way into the fight now.
He does so much better when he attacks first.
Good left hook by Golovkin, right on the chin. Right cross lands.
When Golovkin works behind that jab, it's very difficult to deal with his offense.
We've seen how Stevens has reacted to a real good left hook that floored him from Golovkin. We have yet to see how Golovkin's going to react when Steven catches him with a real good shot flush. And that may happen based on how often Stevens has been able to land on Golovkin the last couple rounds.
One thing you see here is how well Golovkin cuts off the rings. Stalking, keeping you in his sights the whole time. Punches in the round.
Curtis Stevens is a very compact type of a fighter. Doesn't throw too much wild, very controlled with his attack, and he does so much better when he comes forward and does not sit back and wait on Gennady Golovkin. But when he waits, Golovkin lands that jab, and it starts his offense off, and whoever gets their offense started first seems to be the benefactor of the outcome of the combinations.
Saw another Golovkin wrinkle moments ago, hooking off the jab. Something Eastern European fighters seem to do very well. Body shot for Golovkin.
Even though Golovkin's won all the rounds, Stevens is exposing a vulnerability to speed here. Then you mentioned Sergio Martinez. Jim, Sergio Martinez is still very fast and hits sneaky hard. And this fight is a long way from over.
Good right uppercut by Stevens.
Checking Golovkin's chin with the right uppercut. He's landed some good shots in this round. Now Golovkin with a body shot and a right cross, and momentarily hurts Stevens.
Hurt him bad with that body shot.
Good comeback uppercut and a right cross by Stevens. And the left hook. Golovkin trying to measure him one more time. Right cross for Golovkin. Body shot, uppercut, right cross, right cross.
Golovkin's got to be careful with that uppercut, that right uppercut.
You got to be careful of everything when he's on the attack like this.
Tempting to throw it against a shorter fighter leaning in, but with a counter left hook like that, it's a dangerous punch to throw for Golovkin.
Another right cross lands for Golovkin. Very active round for Gennady, who wobbled Stevens with a couple of shots and is still seeking a knockout as the round progresses. Good left hook for Stevens. That's the counter shot Golovkin has to worry about. Golovkin's winning it but it's a real fight as we get within 40 seconds of the midway point.
There's nothing easy for him.
Another good combination for Gennady as he pins Stevens in the corner and looks to land something else big.
Even as he beats Stevens up and seems to break him down, you just get this sense that Stevens remains very dangerous with his punching power.
Of course he's very dangerous and they're close. So that's where his arms are most dangerous at, in close fighting.
This has been a brilliant round for Golovkin. The fight 18 of 47 for Stevens, and yes, you saw Stevens' mom momentarily leave the arena. Who knows whether she'll come back? Harold, you get to stay the whole fight. And how do you have it?
Look at Jim, 6-0, 60 to 53. Gennady Golovkin. You know, Jim, you got to give him an extra point for the knockdown of round 2. But I got to tell you something. This is interesting. At the start of round 5, Harvey Dock warned Gennady Golovkin for measuring Curtis Stevens. And, you know, Gennady does that a lot. The Klitschko's do it all the time. Look, he's doing it right now. He sticks the left hand out and he doesn't pull it back. And Harvey Dock said, you know, you can't measure the guy. My interpretation is this. If the glove is closed, you can measure the guy. But Harvey Dock is telling him no. 6-0, Gennady Golovkin.
And we're told that Mrs. Rozier, or actually Tanya Rozier, excuse me, mother of Curtis Stevens, has returned to her seat at ringside. So she just took a little walk.
A lot of people have to do that. I had an aunt that had to walk the whole time I fought. Whether I was winning or losing, she had to walk the entire time. So sometimes they just got to walk the nerves off.
When Vince Dooley was coaching the Georgia Bulldogs in football, his beautiful wife Barbara used to walk the perimeter of the upper deck of the stadium through the entire game.
Golovkin's got a little bulldog in front of him right now. The corner wanted to know why Stevens was against the ropes. I think it was those body shots by Golovkin in the last round, but here Stevens is trying his best to stay in the middle of the ring.
And now Golovkin tries to back him up again. Stevens has listened to his trainer, who told him stay in the middle of the ring. But now Golovkin backs him to the ropes. And you heard Andre Rozier say it's not a good place for you. This is the corner where Golovkin has hurt him twice before.
Golovkin's done a great job avoiding those whistling left hook counters.
Yeah, he is.
But they still come here and there from Stevens.
And for Golovkin, though, he doesn't really have to be this close. He should stay out with his jab and just outbox Stevens. Don't even give him a chance to land the big shots. But the Abel Sanchez style of wanting to get him out of there is making him go ahead and push the issue.
And the fans appreciate that kind of risk-taking, and it's one of the reasons Golovkin's becoming a fan favorite.
Good right hand by Stevens, backs Golovkin off. And he lands a little left hook. Just at the moment when Golovkin was trying to mount another big onslaught, Stevens finally caught him with one of those punishing power shots.
By the 8th round, Stevens was no longer thinking about winning, he was thinking about surviving. Rather than hunting Golovkin, he was doing his best to avoid the next assault. After another punishing exchange, Curtis's corner made the only sensible call. They did not send their fighter out for the 9th round.
Golovkin, 17 of 52 jabs, 27 of 48 power punches, 44 of 100 overall. Tremendous round for Triple G.
Curtis' left eye starting to close from the overhand right of Triple G's.
Crowd chanting Triple G, Triple G.
So the avenues to a knockout that Rozier, his uncle and trainer, talked to us about yesterday. Concussion. Golovkin's the guy who knocked him down with a punch. Submission, I don't see either guy submitting right now. And physical abuse. And Golovkin so far is beating him on the physical abuse.
Yeah, but Stevens in the last minute has landed a flush left hook, a hard body shot with the left hand, a right cross, all hard shots, which don't yet discourage Golovkin in any way.
Oh, good left uppercut by Golovkin.
Golovkin keeps his chin tucked well, even if he doesn't always move his head. So he does get hit, but
Really hard body shot by Golovkin, and Stevens backs up into the ropes again. He might have hurt him with that body shot.
He did, Jim. He did.
Now right hand body shot. Stevens with a counter left hook to try to relieve the pressure. Golovkin, pressure, pressure, pressure. Hard right cross.
Breaking him down now, Jim.
Yeah, it looks like if we get a knockout by Golovkin, it's going to be the submission of will variety.
Or body shot.
Physical abuse. I see Curtis breaking down physically.
Tremendous left-hand body shots by Golovkin, 3 of them in this round. Thunder on the liver.
Golovkin's still alert enough to back off those.
Hard right-hand body shot. Uppercut. Stevens is taking some brutal abuse here in the 8th round. Still trying. Courage of Curtis Stevens. Bleeding from the nose now. Incipient beatdown in Madison Square Garden. Stevens seeming to give in just a little bit here. Landed a left shot off the ropes. Harvey Dock watching.
About to stop this one.
Dangerous fight right now for Stevens because he's throwing back just enough to stop the ref from stopping it.
Big right cross by Golovkin. Whipping Curtis Stevens into the corner. And he makes it out of round 8.
That's it.
And they're going to stop it in the corner.
That was the end of the night for the man who had promised to bury Gennady Golovkin, a man who ended up buried instead by a jab, a left hook, and relentless, unforgiving pressure.
The winner by that KO victory, still undefeated and still middleweight champion of the world from Kazakhstan, the undefeated Gennady Triple G Golovkin.
As usual, Gennady, congratulations. What was your plan coming into this fight?
You know, my last question for him, I asked him, you serious? You serious? Okay, yeah, I'm serious. Okay, man, I respect box. I respect everybody. I respect everybody, athletes. I respect everybody sports, you know? This is a sport for me first. Hey, man, going to home, just tell your parents, just hi. I come back. Thank you.
What was your plan for the fight?
My plan just box, you know. I know I'm champion. I know I'm better. My power better, my speed better, you know, just I show you for gym, for TV, for my fans, you know. People knows who is who, you know.
Were you more careful with him than you would be with another opponent because of his punching power? You seem to be very aware of his left hook counters.
You know, Max, yeah, no, this is my strategy. Coach Abel tell me, Genna, please, not crazy fight, not street fight, please box. Yes, yes, of course, coach. This is my box.
When he got up from that second round knockdown, did it surprise you that he was able to get up from that and continue fighting?
No, you know, he's warrior too. You know, he's warrior, he's good athlete, he's strong guy. You know,
did he shake you up with any of those shots he hit you with in the middle rounds?
No, not serious.